me, how do I know when to get in a trade? How do I know when to sell or when to buy? Nobody ever tells me that. And there's a reason for that, you guys. The first reason being that everybody's going to see things differently, that it's going to be your own perspective, right? The onlooker, if we both go to a museum and see some abstract art, you might see a flower, I might see a dog. No two people are going to see the same exact thing, although groups of people do tend to possibly see the same structures, right? Okay, so how do I know when to trade? Let's look at USD, JPY, or UJ, and let's kind of quickly assess it. So I'm on the weekly chart, as you can see. Sorry, I can't turn my phone sideways. It'll give you guys a headache. But as you can see, I drew some zones that for me were just representing the area that it's kind of staying in between. It's toggling back and forth. And as you can see, we're approaching the top zone there. But if you look all the way back into 2016, if you follow the yellow line all the way to the left side of the screen, you can see that over these last few years, it still hasn't been able to push through that zone. It's rejected quite strong to the bearish side, right, if you will. And so now we're just sitting there. So it's not telling me anything. It's not giving me a strong enough signal. It hasn't told me any direction, right? So I'm going to start there. I'm going to work my way down to the daily. Again, on the daily, I did draw a smaller micro structure in the yellow being the macro, right? I drew that blue box that's just giving myself a little area where it's sitting, but I'm not even really looking at that. Other than that, you guys, I'm still looking at this. It's at 113.898. It still hasn't pushed past my yellow zone or rejected off my yellow zone strong enough for me to make a decision. Although that is a beautiful, beautiful W that has formed. If you do market makers method and you're familiar with M's and W's, that W is just beautiful. It's perfect. All right. So going to the 4-hour chart, right? Look at that. It's a channel. It's up, down, up, down. We could even move this box to show you it is not going anywhere. It's staying in between those two areas. It's not telling me anything, you guys. It's not saying to me, I'm heading in a specific direction. It looks confused, right? It's nothing right now. So again, I'm still not convinced to hop into this market and to trade this particular pair. Again, on the 1-hour chart, same thing. It's not telling me much. The candlestick that's currently forming right now, indecision is going on in the market. We're going to take it down to the 15-minute chart. And again, nothing much going on here. Now, if you are a scalper, then you might be looking at this, seeing that the EMAs just crossed, and you'd probably take it down to the 5-minute. And you might trade on this if you were a scalper. But if you're not a scalper, you're probably not messing with this. You're waiting for it to give you a sign as to whether it is going to reject off that yellow or not. Now, so the answer, do I get in this? Where do I get in? How do I get in? What would I do? Because it's not pushing past this yellow zone, right? I'm not hopping in. If to know if you were to get in this, right, you would want to see a candlestick either hit that yellow zone and bounce back down, come back up and hit it again and start to head down again in order to know that this is going down, or vice versa. You want it to pass through that yellow zone, touch the yellow zone and start to head up and then hop in on the buy, right? But it's not doing either of those things, and that's why we couldn't tell you, hey, hop in and take this trade. So just a few things to remember. It's all about perspective. Everybody's going to see things a little bit differently. Number one, if you are a new trader, pick a pair, okay? Don't worry about all the pairs. They're all going to be there. Pick one pair, learn it like the back of your hand, get an intimate relationship going on with it so that you can look at it like I can, very plain, and just say, hey, look, it's sticking in the zone. I see a pattern. I see something going on, right? That's how you get to know your chart, and that's how you get to know, wait a minute, it's making a move. And so you know from your perspective, wait a minute, I need to hop in right now. I need to take this sell, or I need to take this buy. And so pick a pair. Also, when you pick a pair, it'll tell you when you're trading and what market you're trading in, which is, or time frame. God, I'm sleepy, you guys. What market? London market, New York, right? What market are you going to trade in once you know what pair you're going to pick? And so that's how you're going to know when I sell, when do I buy. It's going to be you. You got to trust yourself. You got to study your chart. And also, last but not least, what kind of trader are you? Are you a scalper? Because if you were a scalper, you might be getting in on here, right? If you are a swing trader or a day trader, you're waiting to see what's going on with this. Or maybe if you were a swing trader, you got in already on this when it hit 111560 at that blue. When it hit that second time, right? You probably hopped in this if you were a swing trader on the buy. So know what kind of trader you are, what kind of market, what pair, and understand it's all going to be your perspective. All you can do is, I would say if you're in a trading community, if you're in Telegram with me or YouTube or with anybody, toss out your chart out there. Ask people what you think. What they think. Don't be afraid. Thank you for subscribing to my YouTube channel. You guys, I really appreciate the support. Feel free to refer your friends.